life just keeps moving. Roll up your doobies and ride to the music. It could be bumpy, it could be smooth. Don't stop for shit, just keep doing you. Ain't nothing niggas say to you. Ain't nothing.
So I've had the bike down for a few days. Because twice, 2 days in a row, my battery was dead. So I had to jumpstart the bike, and unfortunately I had to do that with a car. Now you're not supposed to do that just because the power that it requires to start a car is a heck of a lot larger, obviously. What the fuck were you doing, man? In one lane, all the way in the other. Oh, I'm on the phone. So anyway, yeah, you're not supposed to do it just because of power and all that kind of stuff. And then to make matters worse is I have a lithium-ion battery. So you're really not supposed to do it in that case because you can totally blow the lithium cells and all that kind of shit. So let's see. Hopefully there's no cop behind me. So, yeah, anyways. Well, so it left me high and dry 2 days in a row. And the second day I was like, what the fuck? So, obviously you're going to start thinking charging problems, right? So I took it home, I put the battery on a charger. And then, the next day checked it. And I was at 13.78, and that was with a battery tender, a normal battery tender too, not one meant for lithium ions or anything like that. So that was fine. And then I was like, okay, well, let's see if I have a parasitic draw. So I left it alone for 2 days. I checked, and it was about 13.3. And then it stayed at 13.3 for another 2 days after that. And I was like, all right, well, that's showing me that there's no draw, right? And then that's actually about right. It should be sitting at 13.3 anyways, according to the manufacturer and the manufacturer of the battery. And then from Honda too, they said you should be around there. So I think that's about normal for any batteries. So it's like, all right, well then what the hell is going on if there's no draw? So I started going through all the troubleshooting steps. I did check for a parasitic draw anyways, and manual says 1.5 milliamps should be your max draw on the motorcycle, and I was at only 0.5, so well within spec. And I'm like, all right, but I already knew that wasn't going to be the case, but I just wanted to check anyways. So you move on to the stator after that, and but I actually checked missed it. I actually checked the charging anyways. I turned on the bike, let it warm up. We went to you got to have the highs on, and then popped it up to about 5,000 RPM. Checked the voltage on the battery, and it should be under 15.5, and it was at 14.7, so also within spec. But you got to go through your troubleshooting procedure. So check the stator, and I was actually, the resistance on all three wires from my stator is supposed to be anywhere from 0.1 to 1.0 ohms, and I kept coming up with like 0, and then intermittently I would get a reading of 0.1, and so logic would tell me that would be the problem, right? So I kind of started pricing those things out and talking to a couple of people I know, and both the guys were like, either your multimeter just can't pick it up, or you really or you're just getting false indications, because the stator going out on these things is so extremely rare. It's normally your rectifier regulator, right? And it's like, yeah, I knew that. I know the rectifier regulator. So the only thing that you can really check on those is the diodes. And so I hooked up the multimeter once again and ran through the regulator rectifier, and I came up with everything good. So everything's good on that. I'm like, all right. But then I thought, well, let's see. Maybe I just have too much of a discharge rate on the motorcycle there, or on the battery. So I got onto EarthX lithium-ion batteries website, and I checked, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm within spec on that. But here's what I found out. I found out that my battery was called an ETX12A. The battery that they recommend is called an ETX18 Bravo. What the fuck, right? So once again, here I am, I get fucked over by a motorcycle dealership. So last year I went to go buy a new battery because my other battery it was dead. It was 5 years old, just wasn't holding a charge. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy a new battery. I want a lithium ion. I want to save a lot of fucking weight, right? So I go in, I talk to the dealership. Hey, what do I need? And the guy tells me, well, look, you got two choices for your lithium ions. You got one that is going to be $200. Okay. Kind of expected that going in, new technology and all. And then he says, or you have one for $150. Well, let's go for the $150 one, Hell yeah, I'm going to save $50 off of this. Okay, here you go, man. Sold it to me. That battery had, as far as I could tell, has no business being on my bike. And here I am trusting a parts guy at a motorcycle dealership. And you know what? Here's the funny part. If you watched my other video on why motorcycle dealerships suck, it is the same parts dude that had a fight with me. Oh, you motherfuckers. Oh, I thought they were gonna crash. Fucking stupid. I hope the car behind her saw that too. Like, thanks. Like, holy shit. If that would have crashed, I would have had it all on camera. Oh my God. When you're merging, you yield to the people that are already in the lane. They don't merge to you. Or, already in the lane that you're trying to merge into. Good God, people. Alright, so anyways, yeah, it's the same fucking dude that, so had an argument with me about the difference between a ZX-10R and a fucking Ninja 1000. Can't fucking believe it. So, I don't know. Maybe it's that dude. Obviously somebody thinks he's still doing a good enough job that they don't want to fire him. But there's two strikes in my book against him. So yeah, anyway, so I don't really... EarthX is kind of like a no-name brand anyways. And while I'm all about supporting Colorado businesses and everything, I just decided to go with the Shory. Or Shore AI or whatever the fuck people say. I say Shory. But, so yeah, I went on there. They recommend a certain battery, and I got exactly that battery. And that thing was a little fiasco too, trying to put it in. Because the polarity when you're looking at it head on is positive negative instead of negative positive. So, and my bike isn't set up like to have a battery with the polarity like that. So it took some finessing to get the battery in there, but I did. So far it works good. Or it works well. And we'll see. In the morning time, we'll see if this thing is going to be dead on me again. So what was happening was I would come out, I would turn on the bike, everything would come on, the fuel pump would prime, and then I'd thumb the starter and I'd get nothing. So, and then, but of course, as soon as I put a jump on it, boom, it would start right up. So I know it's not the switch going bad or anything like that, but so we'll see. We will see. I did bring a little jump pack that I got for Christmas. I brought that with me today so that if something happens, I don't have to use a car to jump this battery. I can actually use one that's kind of meant for. So, all right. Well, there's another little update on the motorcycle and me, and luckily I had enough content for you guys to post a couple of videos. Stay tuned for some more CB750 videos. Those should be starting up here soon. And yeah, well, all right, guys. So there you go. I'm out.